We put up our videos at random times, soon after they're edited, or on Mondays. If you haven't already and don't want to miss out on the miscellaneous stuff we put up, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Sometimes it even works to notify you that a new video is up. Finally, help feed the algorithm by hitting one of the thumbs buttons and leaving a comment. Catwood Cooking puts up his freeze-drying videos each Friday. Consider going over and checking out his channel. But don't forget to come back. I'll leave a link in the description and at the end of this video. Okay, I bought a new pan. So this is the 16-inch long 4x4 pan. I'm going to try for the angel food cake. So again, I'm just trying a mix. Not going to waste making it from scratch. So I'm just making the same one again so that I've got a comparison. I've got three other brands, but I'm sticking with this one because it's the one I did so I can compare it to the last one. So I've carefully washed the pan to make sure that there's no soap or grease on it. Okay, that's the biggest glass bowl I have, so I'm trying it. So I'm going to put the water in first. So 1 1/3 cup water. And then the cake mix. Mix for 30 seconds and then for 1 additional minute. So just giving it a quick little stir, so less likely to puff up so much. 30 seconds on low. Hope it fits in the bowl. And then 1 more minute. Okay, 1 minute. Into the pan. Wow. It's supposed to fit in this pan. Okay, so I'm gonna level that out a bit. All right, well, that'll go in the oven. So I got that in there. Well, it says it's done. So now I gotta get it upside down. Oh, I don't know if I even need anything besides the feet. I was gonna put it up on here. Here, slide that in just a little bit. Whoa, just to there. All right, give it a little bit of space and let it cool. Unlike hot chocolate, which you never ever let it cool. Okay, that's had a good long time to cool while we went and picked apples. So let's see what it does. Got a little plastic knife so I don't scratch up the pan. And it still kind of went over, but it looks good. Let's see if I can get it out of there. Oh, just kind of push it away from the sides. Just kind of cutting around the edge. Make sure it's all loosened. Should be loose on all the sides. There it goes. Well, that looks pretty good. Wow, I thought I was mangling it, but that looks pretty good. Well, that'll be much bigger slices than those mini loaf pans. They're a nice big piece. I should probably cut a chunk and try it. Give this a little test cut and a test snack. Yeah, I don't think the texture is any different than it was with the mini loaf pans. But it's way bigger. I do like it. You're thinking freeze-dried blueberries, make a sauce, pour it over a slice.
That could be good.
This time I'm going to try some blueberries for some topping. I got some blueberries from last year. Get the oxygen absorber out of there. Wow, look at that. These are just great. And it's just dry as can be still. Great job. And to that I'm going to add 2 cups of water. I don't know if that's too much. I think it's going to be good. And I'm going to start heating that. I don't know how much time it'll need to rehydrate, but I'm thinking having it heated too should speed it up. It'll kind of steam it, I'm hoping. Okay, and I'll stir that occasionally and I'll cover it. And then I'm also going to do some strawberries. So I have a pan with some sliced strawberries, and then I'm going to add some of the diced strawberries that I did a couple years ago. Boy. Okay. And add a couple cups of water to that. And I'm just using hot tap water in it. And I'm going to cover that also. Get it simmering a bit. In the meantime, so got a half cup of sugar, and I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of the instant clear gel to it. So 3 tablespoons, and mix that together. So set that aside until the fruit's ready. I let these simmer slowly or lowly for 20 minutes. The strawberries are completely rehydrated. The blueberries are doing pretty well, but I thought I'd give them a couple more minutes. So now I want to add in at least half of the Instagel sugar mix to each one of them, see if that's enough. So I'm going to load about half of it in there. And then just shake it a little bit and sift it in there so I can stir it in there nice and even, no clumping. And I don't know how much of it I need. It's just enough to get it the thickness I want. I can always mix up some more with half cup of the sugar to 3 tablespoons of the Instagel. So I want that a little thicker still. Guess I could try just sprinkling it. Well, that works pretty good too. Oh, that looks like pretty good thickness. All right, so that one's ready. Now check the blueberries, see if they're rehydrated enough. Okay, so it's been about 25 minutes for the blueberries, 23, 25. They feel pretty good. They don't feel crunchy anymore, so I don't know if they're completely rehydrated or not. Let's see if we can pull one of those out of there and check it. Well, it seems pretty good. So I'll start with the amount that I have left, but I think I'm going to need more than this. And this time I'm just going to sprinkle it. So just keep stirring in the sugar Instagel mix until it's the thickness I want. And if it's not as sweet as I want, I can always add just some plain sugar, but I think that that's going to be fine because the blueberries were pretty sweet already. I think I'll take a sample of each of these and freeze them and then thaw them and see how they do with a freeze-thaw cycle. And then I could do an experiment with freeze drying some of it and then rehydrating, see if the thickness is good still. It's one of the problems with some of the thickeners like flour or cornstarch. They tend to break down when you freeze them and then thaw them. Okay, let's do a quick check on that. Oh, that's got nice thickness to it. Good blueberry flavor without being too sweet. All right, so a slice of the angel food cake and some of the blueberries. Oh, look at that color. That's great. And a scoop of the strawberry. And the fork. That looks good. Look at that, how deep purple that is. The sauce, it's got good thickness to it. That works really, really nicely. Okay, so there's two more sauce things. That's good. Okay, you could try it.
Okay.
I could tip this down a little more. There. Now I'm going to take some and put it in a sample cup with the, now that it's been thickened, and I'm going to freeze it and then thaw it and see if the thickener still holds the same properties. See if it holds up under freezing and thawing. So this first test, I'll just do freezing, thawing, and then if that does well, then next I'll freeze some and freeze dry it, and then rehydrate it and see how that comes out. Oh, somebody ate it. Okay, got the two samples, the strawberry and the blueberry. They were in the freezer for 2 days, and then I put them in the refrigerator overnight to thaw. So then the question is the thickener still the same? And it appears to be. It haven't broken down at all. So this is excellent news. All right. Still tastes perfect. Mouthfeel is perfect. Everything's good about it. So the next test will be putting it through the freeze-dry cycle and then rehydrating it and see if the thickener works, or if you just need to add thickener after it's freeze-dried. And blueberry, same thing. Everything looks good, feels good, tastes delicious.